Right, now this is our eighth watercolour lesson, and I've just done a bit of a wash on to give us a bit of a start so you can see me perfecting more towards the end. It's an imaginary scene, we've got some mountains, and I've dropped sienna, raw sienna, right down to the line. You'll see why now with the mountains. And I just put a wash of colours in, and yeah, let's go for it. And you can see what I'm going to do now in a minute. Look, let's have a look. I'm just going to put this, which is just like a bit of muck that's left with my paints. It's a bit of an off green really. But now if I mix a cobalt with some light red, I can do this. Look, I can come down to the water's edge here. Get a straight line. I could put masking tape on, of course, but we could do that. But see, so I'm letting all of these merge now in there. It's in the distance, so colours will be muted. But can you see what's happened there? And then what I could do with is getting what would be a bit of an island here. And we're going to do something similar again. We're going to get a straight line at the bottom. I can come over all of this, of course. It's and then we just let that merge here and there. And this is the beauty of watercolour. It's what's called working wet in wet, where you just, and I might take it a bit higher actually. There we go, why not? And you can always tidy up again. Now let's come to the mountains and have a bit of fun here now. Now I'm going to have the effect of mist coming in here. So all I'm going to do is wet this. And we'll do this mountain first, look. And I might just get a bit of this colour in first. It's light red with a little bit of blue. So if I go onto the blue side more now, and let's just see where we are. But if I soak that up so it goes a bit softer, so there we go. So it's going into this mist here. Can you see it's the beauty of watercolour and your mist is wonderful really, isn't it? And then we'll do something similar, I think. On this side, we'll warm up this side. Why not? A bit of red. And then we'll get this colour into the background here. And so, again, and then if I get water underneath, some clean water, relatively clean, and then you've just got mountains in the distance, in the mist. Can you see that? Let's just take that down there a little bit more. There we go. And there we are. So, and there's not much more to it than that really. That's enough in the background. And what I might do now is come to the cottage and let's get a blue. But what I'm going to do, you watch this now, we'll get a bit of sienna, you know, this is raw sienna, a little bit of raw sienna. Then I'm going to get the blue, cobalt. Let me just be careful about there, get the right angle, that's the thing. And let it merge into that, so it's not all uniform. It's like the light coming around you. There we go. Now we don't want better than that really. And then if we get, what I might do is get this colour in the roof now. So this is a bit of raw sienna with a bit of burnt umber. And what we're going to, just for variation, I put like a tin shed that's been painted black. So let's get that colour in, which should be here. So just gives that bit of variation, that's all. And if they're not even at the top, it doesn't matter. It gives it a sense of more character, really. And then what we're going to have, we'll have a sort of pile of peat bare, isn't it? Ready for the fires. There we go. And that's all we'll do for now. Right, I've tidied up the cottage a bit, put a door and a window in, and now let's work at this foreground. And why don't I just... and I want to leave what's underneath coming through, because it's so nice and light there. Can you see? It's like the light is catching it down. So this is what they call dragging, where I'm just dragging the brush on its side, and you get this sort of hit and miss. But you can see the light is catching that area. Now that is just great. And I'm going to put a little bit of warmth in here to bring it forward. You put a bit of red into it, you know, colours get more subtle and more muted as they go away, but you can see now with this, and I'm putting a bit of colder colour just in the shade here. There we go. And this will be enough to sort of work on where I can get texture in. But that's enough for now. So let's do something similar on this side. Let's have a look here now. I want to keep this path as a lead in. And that's not so bad. We'll put a bit of that red in to connect with that, and a bit of the dark green in as well. And then we can always come to work on this later then. And what I can do, of course, I could put my brush there, the rigger, see that, on its side, and just drag it along. I don't want to lose that light catching up there, and I'm in danger of that if I'm not careful. So let's just do it. I think it needs to dry now, and then we can come at it. So that's all we need to be thinking of at this stage now. And then the last session will be just tidying it all up now. That's what we'll do. Right, we're just finishing off this watercolour demo. It's our 8th lesson. And I want to use the rigger, and I want to just show you how you can just do it on its side like this. And as I was saying in the last session, I don't want to lose the light that's catching up there, because I think that is great. Now, what I can do then is get clean water and put the water under here. And you see how it then goes to nothing, it just dissipates. But if I could get to the top so, and get some detailing, just so you bring this a bit further forward. I've got some old mounts on here, so it doesn't matter if I get a little bit of paint on the mounts. I've taken the glass out of this frame just so you can see what it's like in a frame. But can you see now how that's brought that much nearer, because it's a bit darker? And we need to do something here again. So I'm using the rigger on its side, and all you're doing really is giving it a bit of texture. There we go. It's some more up there. And the last part now with this, you're going to think, well, do I need a bit of touching up with a gouache? And it's like anything with painting, it can be overdone. You can, you know, we've all got our weaknesses, and I suppose mine is the rigger brush and the gouache, really, because you know you can just go over it all. So I'm going to get the light catching this road coming around here now. And although I'm using the white of the gouache, it is going to pick up the colour that's underneath, so it won't be a white. It'll be a variation of the cream that I've got here, you see. But it will mean the road will stand out that bit more. There we go. And yeah, I don't think... Now see, if I had lost that, let me show you what you could do. You could tint a bit of lemon yellow if I had lost it, which I think I had a bit actually. There we go. And that's a peat. So stack there. I was on the Yellow Lewis years ago, in February time, and it was like Alaska, and itinerary was arranged for me, and another minister and a friend, and we were at all of these old crofts with peat fires, and oh, it was such a lovely welcome. We were up there for what was called a communion season up on the Yellow Lewis, but you can see now I've been able to rectify that. And it might have the hill catching up here a little bit, which could do, because the light's coming from there. And there we go. I wouldn't do much more than that now, really. That's just as a lesson. And all they're doing, really, just showing you different techniques with mountains and merging. If you make mistakes, don't panic about it. You can get gouache and work on it. But there we are. That's a Croft. Could say up on... Lewis or somewhere, but anyway, it's imaginary. Okay.